The Department of Homeland Security has put out to bid the ability to track the license plate of every vehicle in America. I repeat, the Department of Homeland Security is saying that it wants to be able to follow the movements of every vehicle in America. It's not enough for them that they're tracking our phones, our texts, our emails. They want to know where we are. Now, they're saying, of course, it's so that they can find and arrest illegal, fugitive immigrants, okay? Isn't that clever? This is just so that we know where the illegals are, the fugitives. Excuse me, all you have to do is go to the border of Texas and Arizona. There are millions of them there. Don't lie to us. Don't insult our intelligence and say this is about fugitive, illegal immigrants. This is about the government wanting to know where everyone is so that at whatever point the people in power deem it necessary, they can do with us what they want. Let me tell you a quick story. There's a book called The Town That Started the Civil War. I heartily encourage you to read it. And you can always go online or to a local bookstore and thumb through a book, all right? You have that ability to see if it's something that you want to read. The premise of the book is that Oberlin, Ohio, where there was a college that was filled with abolitionists, that they instigated the start of the Civil War. It's an interesting premise, and it's a worthwhile read. There's a story there about a federal marshal who came to find a fugitive slave that was hiding in Oberlin. The federal marshal got off a train and expressed his intentions, what he was there for. Inside of 10 or 15 minutes, some 40 or 50 men from the town arrived with their guns. And they surrounded the federal marshal. And they explained to him two very simple things. One, he was not going to take this man back to slavery. And two, he was going to get on the next train south and leave. Goodbye. Now, in those days, they didn't have cell phones. They didn't have cruisers. They didn't have helicopters. He was a federal marshal with a pistol, and he was surrounded by dozens of armed men who were prepared to take his life, or at least to detain him, without letting him be the long arm of the law and just enforce the law and take this free man back to slavery. Everything has changed, folks. Speed of communication, speed of travel, armaments, the type of bullets, guns, missiles, rockets, planes, all of these things, drones. The equation has completely changed. Now, we know that the Second Amendment, our right to keep and bear arms, was put in the Bill of Rights specifically so that we could defend ourselves against a government that goes out of control. But at this point, our big brother government has the upper hand on us by virtue of its spying capability, its speed, its communication, its mobility. The stage is set for us to live under the heel of an oppressive government. Now, former Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura and former U.S. Congressman Roscoe Bartlett, both of them who served in government, whatever you think about their politics, okay? Both of them have been sounding the alarm that we are in danger. Jesse Ventura about Big Brother, Roscoe Bartlett, perhaps an EMP attack, an electromagnetic pulse. Roscoe Bartlett is an opponent of Big Brother government, very libertarian, pro-life. Both of them They're not schleppers. They're not fools. They were elected. Jesse Ventura, they call him a crackpot. Well, he was smart enough, and he was a good enough leader and charismatic enough to be elected twice as an independent. Roscoe Bartlett was mocked when he was a House member, Republican. They called him a crackpot, but he was smart enough to serve for 20 years. Both of these men are saying that we are in danger. And they're both living it out. They've both literally moved out, away from the city, and gone off the grid. Roscoe Bartlett has 140 acres in West Virginia with 6 log cabins with solar power, for goodness sake. He's 87 years old, and he's still putting in 10 and 12-hour days just working the land. What do these men know that we don't know? Or what are they saying that we're not hearing? When the government is seeking the ability to trace our movements with our license plates, we need to step back and say, the republic is dying and we are in danger. This is the voice of resistance, even if it's a fading voice.